Terran when you're trying to do these tank marine kind of builds. And you gotta break them.
Definitely, and you can. Let me say how to word this. You do not have to harass against Zerg. I would say, if you do a good, strong tank marine stem timing push, you can still win. There's a guy in our clan named Ballertron who's a master Terran player. He's been in the top 200 before. Amazing with timing pushes. His timing push against Zerg is so strong that he wins. Like, what is it, 70, 80% of his Zerg matchups? It's just ridiculous. Yeah. And he does it because he knows precisely when they're popping Mutalisk, and he hits right then. They don't have anything out, really. So in those situations, if you have the right unit combination, which is the same one I use, I think, as a Marine tank, and it just hits and spreads out and micros really, really well, you don't have to harass. I like to try to harass a little bit, and this harass is very good in the fact that it unlocks all your tech paths. It's not the 2 racks bunker that you're like, oh crap, now I got to build a factory, or oh crap, now I got to build a starport. You already have everything, and you can do the 2-prong attack is not easy to do. It has to be learned. You have to learn to micro like this. And you notice I did just basically I told my medevac to drop using shift pathing. I'm like, fly around here and drop right there and just start killing things. Had it in a control group, had my Hellions in another control group, running them all over the place. Oh, like, oh, look at me, I'm dangerous. Oh, crap, that's right, I dropped in your back. Now what? Same time, ran them back behind, and then I left them. You know, let them fry drones, flipped back over to my medevac, grabbing the Marines, doing their micro. Basically left the Hellions alone from that part on. So you're not going to be able to do 2 things at once unless you're pro. And I mean, even the pros can't do 2 things at once. They just do 1 thing at once so quickly it looks like 2 things at once. But learning to micro like this is not easy, but it's something that you absolutely have to do if you want to be successful at this matchup. You cannot simply A-move anymore with this build. There are some builds you can, but against the Mutiling Bling combination, they will kill you every single time. So you have to put forth a little bit of effort, and you have to start walking your tanks. You have to start getting your Marines around them, protecting them, and spreading them. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to do, but it's doable. I mean, it'll take a little bit, and you'll lose, but you'll get better at it and better at it until eventually you're actually going to start winning more than you lose.
And that's when you know you have, I don't think you can master a build, but you've definitely gotten to the point where you are very successful. I'm trying to think. I don't think we really squeeze anything outside of this game. I'm going to check the chat real fast, see what is going on. Hello, Smokey. You are here.
Yeah. Beam Me Up actually made a really good point earlier when we said if you're constantly pressuring, he can't take the time to build blings. And that's actually true. When you think about building Banelings, okay, you have to build the Zergling, which takes 24 seconds to build a Zergling. All right? Takes 24 seconds. All right. Then he has to build the Banelings and morph them, and that costs time and gas. I'm not actually sure the exact build time, but I think it costs 50 minerals and 25 gas, maybe, or maybe it's the opposite.
We can check.
But it costs
a
lot of gas.
Yeah.
Now, Mutalisks are very gas heavy. In fact, if you are harassing a Zerg and you're pushing him, and you don't see Banelings, get ready, because he's going to pop a lot of Mutalisks at once. He's saving up that gas for that reason. But if he's got Banelings, he's got roaches, equals less mutas. But you just really have to, once you understand that mechanic, if you are constantly sending Marines in, a Marine's build time is 25 seconds. It's actually slightly less than a Zergling. Or it's like 1 second more than a Zergling, okay? But he's still got to morph it into a Baneling. So if you're sending constant waves of Marines into his base, he is not going to have time to build Banelings. He's not. He's going to have to attack you with Zerglings because you're going to be there before he can build them. There's actually a strategy I read that's how you beat. You just non-stop waves of infantry until eventually you wear them down, and you can actually add in mech into it too. It's really hard to do, but it's effective for that reason because it abuses the mechanic.
Yep, and actually I'm going to go check your profile because I don't think you get enough credit for being an impressive player. This is WinterBorn. Yes, we do know his actual name. It is Jeremiah, and I laugh at him all the time.
It's biblical, don't judge me.
Hey, so is mine. No worries. We see he is now at 2,300, so congratulations. He got his 100 points for the day. I, in fact, watched his stream, and it was pretty darn funny.
Yeah, it was, I started getting kind of frustrated there towards the end, if you couldn't tell, and I just decided, you know what? Time to stop playing. We're just going to let this lie for now.
Yep, and actually we're going to look at your match history because that's always fun. Before we do our Q&A, he did win his last game. That was a pretty good one. I'm trying to think who he played against. It was a Protoss, that's right. I'm trying to remember how good he was. Not positive.
The Protoss, I don't think he was that good. Like, I started out,
No,
my
you're
MMR
right.
had kind of dropped a little bit by the end of the day. I started out playing a Master League, and then I was playing 28 and 2900 diamonds, and then it kind of bounced all over the place. So I mean, it's still bouncing up and down. I can't actually nail down where it is, but I still basically you could say my MMR is around the 28 2900 range because that's usually who I play on the ladder.
I remember this game. So yeah, I'm looking at Zaz, the 2700 random player, the one who did the new Terran build thing we were talking about.
Oh yeah, he was the one who went just the insane amount of battle cruisers, which
that was so lame.
Oh my god, that was annoying. I was literally sitting there just trying to think like, how? You know, I know how, but how do I do it? Like I was behind in this and that. You know, but
Yeah.
I think it's good. And this is one thing that if you've watched my stream, you've probably seen me do. Is after a game, if I lose in particular, I will sit down and I'll think about it. I'll talk out loud, like, okay, how could I have done better? What could I have done? Oh, when did I screw up? Like, okay, I screwed up with that supply depot. That made me late with this. If I could have been on supply blocked, I could have got this unit out quicker, which would have made that push stronger. Might have been able to win. It's little stuff like that. Narrowing down where you are weak is a really good thing to do because it's going to let you know what you need to work on next game. So don't just like, crap, I lost, or know what, next game. Crap, I lost, next game. No, sit down, figure out what's going on and how to fix it. You know, so that's one thing that you need to get better at as a player for any race. It doesn't matter if you're Terrans or Protoss. You just want to remember to take some time out of your day and figure out what's going on.
Yep. And I'm trying to think, do you want to do Q&A now, or I mean, we got 10 minutes till it's 10 o'clock. That'll be an hour show, or we can do a fun TVT where we try this new build because we both don't know how to do it.
We can do some Q&A if,
I like that.
If people are interested.
It's up to them. We will see. I still can't get where the tabs are. Izzy Stack, you are bad at looking at replays. Actually, I don't know if you did. I know I did a thing about looking at replays. Hi OTL. I don't know how to pick you.
I was working that. I was working that weekend. I wasn't able to join in on that.
That's right. So I did actually do a thing on what I look for when I do look at replays. And it's one of those things where everybody's a little different. But no, that Marksman, that TVT build is not fun. It makes me mad. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. Lurgle. WinterBorn, do you want to spec me play Lurgle live?
Yeah, I can definitely. Well,
we'll do Q&A first. We'll do Q&A first because that's a good thing. And then,
well, I'm just saying, I was saying that I'd comment on it, but then again, I can't comment on it without giving away what he's doing.
No, you can just make fun of me. It'll be cool. I do the same thing every game.
Joined your channel.
It's fun. Who joined our channel? Oh, now I'm scared. Hold up. Oh, who's this? Custos. Make sure you can't talk. How do I make sure?
It's not like we're streaming live or anything, Kustos, but it's all good. We're one of our StarCraft 2 clan leaders. He's amazing.
Okay, so he is now off, so I cannot hear him. But if he says something really mean to me, just tell me what's up. Okay. Okay, great. Lurgle says he will not ghost me if we do play, so we'll probably do it after the Q&A. If you guys have any real questions, we can do that. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I'm going to go with 54 because that's my division rank. But
no, definitely 22.
Oh, okay, I see where that's coming from.
The best way to learn to micro, Brett Chupala asked, it's a long process. You're not going to learn it overnight. In fact, to give you my example, I learned it very, very slowly. Like at first it was learning the stutter step. And that's one of the harder micros to learn at first. And I remember I watched a link that QXC posted on Root Gaming, where basically he was explaining how you stutter step. And I just, like, at that time I was playing team games because I knew that my 1v1 was lacking and I was in Platinum and I was losing, so I wanted to work on a lot of stuff. So I went into team games to play and just to kind of learn stuff like this micro. And at first it was not easy. I was screwing it up big time. But basically it's just what you can do two different things. You can use the stop, you can right click and stop, right click stop. I use attack, like, right click move, A, and then left click, and then your army's all gonna stop and turn and shoot. And so if you keep working on that, making it better, making it better, making it better, and eventually you're gonna get to where you can be almost like a pro and just like acting like it is literally a stutter step. Now I'm still not there. I still screw it up for some reason. I can't figure out how to do it perfectly. I'm always clicking too many times. I stopped messing with it. But
Yeah.
learning stuff like what I did in that replay about spreading the Marines, that is just experience. At first when you do it, you're going to be slow. You're going to be real slow, because at first when I did it, I'm like, grab you, move over here, grab you. Oh, I'm dead. It took too long. But you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it, and eventually you're going to be you're going to get faster at it. So that's how you learn to micro. You take something and you just do it over and over and over again until you just get faster at it.
Boy, pinging. I'm trying to think. Any more questions? Why does the video keep cutting out for you? So my stream is about 2 to 3 seconds behind. I think you guys can tell because you can see when I type versus when it actually pops up. And yeah, so it's gonna be a little behind. For you, Tarum, I'm sorry, I can't read. Y'all know this. It's 3 to 1, yes. And basically, it's because your connection's slow. I stream pretty well, but oh, question about Marauders. OTL, post it again for me. I'll try to answer it.
I didn't catch it. Ask it again.
Yeah, let me get that. Hey, you had to answer the last one. It's my turn.
Fine.
Yeah, get out of here.
It's not like I'm higher ranked than you. Actually, OTL's higher ranked than both of us, so OTL should be answering questions.
It's true, it's true. We'll have to have him as a guest or something. He can, like... Okay, OTL, I want to hear... It's going to be like a frickin' novel, isn't it? Okay, Marine Tank Comp, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what you get. Wait, tanks and siege tanks are the same thing.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I get the gist of what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they do... I mean, it's very standard. I have seen some, like, Marine Marauders in there, too, and, like, that does work. Actually, OTL's in Copper, if y'all didn't know. But, yeah, so... I like the idea of Marauders, but you gotta be really, really careful. I mean, if you put just 1 or 2 too many in there, it cuts out those 4, those 4 or 6 Marines, and, if all the Marines get wiped, your Marauders can't shoot the Mutalisks. And when it comes down to it, the bio is really there. The bio is there to kill the mutas. I mean, because the tanks they're so great against the Banelings. They do soak up Baneling damage really well, and sometimes people will use them in front of their walls. They'll put them on the ramp. But I just wouldn't say it's... Logo, you are a sick man.
Just to butt in for a second. I have to say the most amazing thing I have ever seen with Marauders and Banelings was, I think, one top 200 player, and this was a while ago. It was on one of Day 9's casts. He picked up the Marauders in a dropship and literally bombed the Banelings. I mean, straight up, just like drop, 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 and blew up half of the Banelings with about 6 Marauders. It was amazing.
It's so
I was
cool.
like, oh, I've actually done that before with something like Marines. Oh, and by the way, Kissing Iris here. She is awesome.
She made my live stream stuff and yours too. So big shout out to her. Awesome. Yeah, I think actually to answer her question live, I think we are gonna cast the Relentless Heroes Open Season 1. I want to say definitely the finals and maybe the semifinals. Not quite sure.